Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Akar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace, salutations, and blessings be unto the hopeful elect, pushing his truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days. All right, this is the Baba Yakanan from the GMS England branch. This is going to be an in-transit video, you know, as you can see. And Lord willing, it'll be edifying unto you brothers out there and few sisters listening and also learning. Now, you know, there's a hell of a lot going on, you know, this week in particular. And it's a beautiful time to be alive. And not only a beautiful time to be alive, but a beautiful time to be alive and to also have, you know, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai within your spirit. You know, because the scriptures tell us in Isaiah 33 and verse 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. All right, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So now more than ever, you know, it's imperative that you have, you know, the full understanding of what's transpiring, you know, in these last days. All right, because a lot of people, you know, they're seeing, you know, the wars and the rumors of wars and, you know, all of these things that are transpiring upon the earth, which is bringing an end to Esau's kingdom, but they don't understand why it's actually happening. They don't understand the end result. And we have the end result. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, we have the end result. We know what's going to happen. We're not watching, you know, the Lord's movie and not knowing what the next scene is going to be. The Lord has revealed, you know, the whole script to us. Okay? The Lord has revealed the whole script to his chosen men. Right? As it tells us in Amos chapter 3 and around the 7th verse, surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. All right? So the Lord has revealed unto his prophets, unto his men, all right, what's going to happen and what is transpiring, you know, in these last days. All right, now you've just had Israel, you know, launch their attack on Iran, and you know, since then Iran has counterattacked. All right, so we're in a very beautiful time right now. All right, and that's a hell of a step in the right direction concerning World War III and concerning the end of Esau Edom's kingdom. All right, now of course, as the scriptures tell us, you know, wake not, my love, until he be pleased. All right, so there's still prophecies that have to be fulfilled before the full-fledged World War III, the full climax event can transpire upon the earth. The MOTB, the Revelation 13 and 16, must be implemented upon the earth before the serious, you know, force of World War III can be established upon the earth, man. And again, that's why it's important to know biblical prophecy. And that's why the scriptures tell us in Revelation that, you know, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. That's what it's all about. It's all about biblical prophecy. It's all about knowing what time you're in. It's about measuring the time diligently, like it tells us in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. All right? The scriptures also, you know, talk about rightly dividing the word of truth. So yeah, you know, we are in, you know, very exciting times, but we still have prophecies that need to be fulfilled in their right order before the inevitable end of Esau Edom's kingdom, you know, can come into effect. But again, you know, it's a serious step in the right direction. Kal Haloyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, man. You know? And for example, hey, we're closer now to the kingdom, you know, to the end of Esau Edom's kingdom and the manifestation of Yahweh Shai's kingdom, we're closer now today than we was last week, you know, which is a beautiful thing. We're one step closer to the kingdom of heaven. We're one step closer to the demise of Esau Edom and the rise of the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. We're one step closer, man, which is a beautiful thing. Again, Kol Elohim La Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so there's a lot going on. All right, and hey, one of the brothers has sent me a video concerning, I believe it's 2 Democrats, you know, in Babylon. All right, I believe they've been killed, man. All right, so you got a lot of things happening right now. You got a lot of violence transpiring right now upon the earth. And as it tells us in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, you know, it talks about the different times, you know, time of peace, you know, time to be born, time to root up, so on and so forth. But we're in a time of war right now. We're in a time of war and rumors of war upon the earth right now. We're in a very serious time. Okay? So these prophecies are coming to pass. And as it tells us in Revelation chapter 11, you know, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe, all right, alluding to World War III, comes quickly. All right, so, hey, believe it or not, but we're in the time of the end of Esau Edom's kingdom. We're in a time where there's going to be a great shift upon the earth, man, a shift of rulership. All right, and I believe it alludes to that in 2nd Esdras. I believe it may be 2nd Esdras 10:8 or Sirach 10:8. I always get it confused, but it talks of, you know, the transition of kingdoms, man. The kingdom shall be translated from one people to another. All right, and we're in that transition period where the kingdom is being ripped from the grips of Esau Edom, and bit by bit it's being handed over, you know, to the Israelites. All right, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, beginning, of course, with the elect. We're in that time. You know, these things are actually happening, man. So it's a beautiful time to be alive, and it's a beautiful time to be alive with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding within your spirit. Okay? And like it tells us in Ephesians chapter 5 and 15, you know, we have to be circumspect. All right, because you never know what's going to pop off. You never know what can happen from here on out. They could start, you know, laying down, you know, their false flag attacks to, you know, forward the agenda of the New World Order system. All right, to get the show on the road. So expect anything. Anything can happen at any time. We're in that kind of environment right now where anything can happen at any time. So you gotta keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, and stay tuned into the spirit. Okay? Stay tuned into the spirit, man. Now more than ever. Because this devil's about to go down. His kingdom is circling the drain. As Elder Apostle Gabar, you know, always used to say, this kingdom is circling the drain, man. There's not much left of this kingdom left. All right, you got certain guys talking about we're gonna be here for 1,000 years. That's insanity. All right, that's complete insanity, and that's the words of an individual that is clearly not tuned into the spirit and is not following biblical prophecy the way he ought to be. All right. So I'm gonna cut it off there. You know, just a brief update video, and you know, Lord willing, I'll be back with another one through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Shalom.